Get me a ladder.
What
great
is it?
supine protoplasmic invertebrate jellies. That's it.
We are
they don't
now.
want to ask me any questions.
We
My
are
friends
now
from
on
the
to next
FPU,
business.
You've been there.
Mr. Mayor, thank you.
That rah rah that you love.
Try another one.
No, listen, mate.
Take 2 apples from 3 apples. What do you have? Take 2 apples from 3 apples. What do you have?
You've got loads of apples, mate. You've got 1 apple left.
You've got 1 apple.
Listen.
You say you've got 1 apple.
Listen. What we're talking about.
You haven't. You've got 2 apples. You're now batting 0 for 2. Let's just do 1 more.
I asked him this last time.
Boris, I'm sorry to say we...
I'm so sorry. Go on.
Don't be a pillar.
Come on.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
There's a secret to that beautiful rosy hue. Do you know what it is? I'll tell you. That beautiful hue is achieved by rubbing it with a special substance, rhubarb. It is rubbed with rhubarb. It is lovingly rubbed with rhubarb. The whole of the exterior of this building is lovingly rubbed with rhubarb of English rhubarb rubbing. English rhubarb growers.
Yeah, well, Mark, I honestly don't know what shampoo I use. It's the same stuff that I use for all sort of cleaning purposes, and it's blue. That's all I know. It's blue.
Blue passport. In fact, we produce so much offshore wind that I'm thinking of changing my name in honor of the god of the north wind to Boreas Johnson. There you go. And sold first to people from this country and people from London, and not necessarily to oligarchs from the planet Zog. Though I am very far. I can see my housing advisor. I want to reassure you, I'm very far from Zogist. And most of my ancestors turn out to have come from Zog. So I'm generally in favour of foreign investment.
Okay, come on, let's go to the house.
What?
Come on. Let's go.
I did my
into
best.
the house.
You want to get in the house?
Yeah, come on. They've got a program. Come on. We don't want to drown. We're not drowning the foreign ministers. Yeah.
Who wants to come in the boat? Come on.
Of course they'd love to, but they'd also love to see the house, wouldn't they?
You want to see that?
Okay, Okay, now sit down quickly. Okay. 2 minutes, guys.
Okay, okay, right. It's going to be a tremendous success. Tremendous success. Okay.
Come on, let it. Shoes wet.
That mud came in from the street. I know you speed up my work rate, yeah.
And above all, you have brought home the bacon.
Brush your hair even when you're
I do. That's because.
representing the country abroad.
Well,
Your hair's always all over.
well,
the place. She wants to know why.
Well, it's something to do with my hair, but I can tell you I do brush it. I have a brush in my office. But anyway, will you give your mother my very best for a very happy Christmas, and so my apologies for my hair, but I do my best with it. Build back beaver, I say. Build back burger, I say. Build back butter. Build back bitter.
Pull up.
I just one arm, Boris.
Go, Boris. Go, that's it. Good man, Boris. And again, Boris, go ahead. Go for it. Go for it.
That one again.
Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it again.
Sorry. I can't think Jeremy. What's the headline on that one? Prime Minister.
I want a world in which we send you Marmite, you send us Vegemite, we send you penguins, and you send us, with reduced tariffs, these wonderful Arnott's Tim Tams. How long can the British people be deprived of the opportunity to have Arnott's Tim Tams at a reasonable price?
I think they're irresponsible crusties who are basically trying to, stop people going about their day's work and doing considerable damage.
Have a cup of tea.
Will you apologise for your
Would you
comments?
like a cup of tea?
Sure.
Go on, have a cup of tea.
Thank you. Do you regret? Do you
Would you
regret?
like a cup of tea?
Do you regret your comments? Do you regret your comments?
Don't, go on, have a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go.
Do you regret your comments, sir?
I want you to have a cup of tea.
If I have a cup of tea, will you answer my question?
No, I'm here solely on a humanitarian mission because you've been here all day and you've been incredibly patient and I feel very sorry for you because I have nothing to say about this matter except offer you some tea.
Okay.
Okay.
I've said many times before, and I've used all sorts of expressions to describe what is the impossibilia, the adjunita. It is not going to happen. It is more likely that, as I say, I will be reincarnated as an olive, or locked in a disused fridge, or decapitated by a flying frisbee.
Do you have to worry about his romantic urges with
Not so much. Well, not yet. No. We've not encompassed that issue yet, have we?
No, my dog is endless. He's on people's legs.
You go down and take the dog for a walk, and dog does his business, and so on and so forth. That's my start to the day.
You've been going for 13 hours now.
Nothing. It's nothing. We're
Must be exhausted.
hard as nails. And steel springs. That's what we are.
How do you keep your energy up?
Springs.
13-hour day.
I don't know. I think it's genetic. I have a lot of energy.
Eat Haribo's by the bunchload.
No, I don't. I sometimes succumb to flapjacks.
Google.
Vegan sausage rolls. Have you eaten a vegan?
I've not,
sausage?
but it's meant to be a monster hit for that bakery chain, isn't it?
They're
Yeah,
not bad.
absolutely.
They're not bad.
No.
So you don't get the
No,
Russian-
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen not a sausage yet.
And you-
When they watch Gangnam Style on their televisions in Korea, as they do, and by Gangnam Style is very good. The Prime Minister and I danced Gangnam Style the other day. No more late night cheese, all that kind of thing. I want you to consider this
Kipper. I was at a hospital the other night where I think there were actually a few coronavirus patients, and I shook hands with everybody, you'll be pleased to know, and I continue to shake hands. And I've developed mild symptoms of the coronavirus, that's to say a temperature and a persistent cough. I've taken a test that has come out positive, so I am working from home, I'm self-isolating. Good afternoon. I've today left hospital after a week in which the NHS has saved my life, no question. I can only imagine how tough it has been to follow the rules on social distancing. Lefty tossers! Hair shirt wearing, tree hugging, mung bean munching eco freaks. So I've got nothing against any of those categories, and mung beans are probably delicious.
I've probably got the smallest
No,
one,
I got it. Like O.J. Simpson.
Absolutely.
There were no cheese and onion crisps. And indeed, I make one confident prediction. Under any circumstances, this country will be amply provided for, not only with Mars bars, not only with drinking water, but also with cheese and onion crisps.
More expensive.
It needs work. I went, as we all must, to Peppa Pig World. I don't know if you've been to Peppa Pig World. Who's been to? Hands up anyone who's been to Peppa Pig World. Not enough. Peppa Pig World. Going to Peppa Pig World. I'm surprised you haven't been there. The Peppa Pig World. Peppa Pig World, the Peppa Pig World. But I loved it, and Peppa Pig World is very much my kind of place. It has very safe streets, discipline in schools, heavy emphasis on new mass transit systems, I notice, even if they're a bit stereotypical about Daddy Pig. But then a pig that looks like a hairdryer. Or possibly a sort of Picasso-like hairdryer, a pig that was rejected by the BBC. Now, I think that is pure genius, don't you, Peppa Pig? And no government in the world, no Whitehall civil servant would conceivably have come up with Peppa. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me.